Good evening, everyone. My name is Amir, and I'm a licensed financial professional. And I thank Muslim Women of Vaughan for giving me this opportunity in presenting to you in with regards to the topic of retirement. So, as you know, retirement is something which we always look forward to. And today I'm going to talk about some of the concepts and some of the information that you will be definitely using it to learn more about retirement. So before I go ahead, I'm going to share my screen. All right. So this is what we're going to learn today. And this is a crash course for seniors in building your personal wealth. Now, as you can see, we have lots of concepts to work on, but in the interest of time, I'm just going to touch base on, of course, the retirement, which is the RRSP, Registered Retirement Savings Plan, which is the largest registered savings plan in Canada, and also talk about some types of retirements, which is individual RRSP, spousal RRSP, group RRSP, and pooled RRSP. Let's go with starting with some good news and bad news, which I have for everybody on this call. And that is nothing but most people will live longer. That's the good news. Of course, that's good. But due to that, the Canadian life expectancy at 65 for men is 83, and for women it's 86. So that's a good news. But the bad news is not many people will be left with enough saving for their retirement. So this is where we come into the picture, and we want to make sure that we make best out of it and we start working for it right now. What we need to start with is remember the formula. Now what that formula is, which is your 10-20 formula. And what is this 10-20 formula? So as per the suggestion from the financial industry, you should always remember this 10-20 formula, which is you need 10 times of your annual income to meet your insurance needs and 20 times your income for your retirement needs. So let's assume if you are making 50,000 a year, that is 50K a year, you have to multiply 50K times 20, which is 1 million. So how much do you need? You require almost 1 million of your retirement plan to make sure that you continue living a comfortable life from the age of 65 till you pass away. The next question you need to ask yourself is, have you completed your financial needs analysis? So that is the big question that you need to ask, and you need to do that now. There are three phases of wealth that we always come across, and you have to ask yourself again, which phase are you at currently? So the first phase is the accumulation phase, where you are building your wealth, you are earning, as well as you are accumulating that wealth. At the same time, you are spending in terms of your house, mortgage, your car insurance, and few other expenses. Then comes the distribution phase, which comes in the picture when there is your time you retire. Now let's assume if you are planning to retire at the age of 65, from the age of 65 till you pass away is called your distribution phase. So another 20 years is where you're going to start using that accumulated wealth and start using it. And finally, then comes the estate transfer phase, which is once you pass away, all your assets will be passed on to the next generation, and that is called estate transfer. We can definitely have a separate session on the estate transfer, but for now, we're going to focus on the RRSPs. If you go to the next slide, is you need to ask yourself again. So these are the questions that you will be asking yourself: is what is your source of income, and how you gonna make sure that you retire comfortably? Will you be able to rely on your pensions only? That is a question that you have to ask. That is your company pensions. Or do you have any other types of savings apart from your company pensions? Or do you need to borrow money from your home equity? If that is the case, then of course it is not good, and you need to have multiple sources of income at the point of retirement. And will you need to work into retirement? Now this is, I can very much relate to, you must have seen an 80-year-old greeter at Walmart, or probably a 75-year-old retiree working in Home Depot. Why are they still working? The reason is they did not plan their retirement, or probably they have lot of mortgage or lot of debt that they could not complete by the time they retired. So they have to work into their retirement, or they need to extend their retirement age. Now, of course, we don't want to be in that situation. So we need to start thinking about it now. So if you start thinking now, by the time you retire, you will be at a better place. The other question is you need to ask is self-surety or self-security always better, or is old age security always better? So old age security is something where you have to rely on somebody, for example, government, but self-security is always at its best because you are relying on your personal investments and personal savings. It could be various sources of retirement income that you can have. So for example, you can have around 40% into private investments. That could be an income potential also. Things like second home or rental income. And these are some of the examples. The other option is your savings. So savings could be, as you know, TFSAs and few other information as well. So there are a lot of savings vehicles, or there are a lot of investment vehicles that you can rely on, which again we can discuss further. The other option is your pension and RRSP. So your pension is your company pensions that you might be getting from your company, and also your retirement savings plans. If you have started one, then probably what is the amount that is sitting in the account. The final segment that will be is your old age security or your guaranteed insurance supplement. So that is again, which I'll be discussing in some time, which is government plans. And these are the plans that we're going to discuss today. Now these numbers or these blocks or buckets could always change, and you can do it as per your requirements and your needs. As I told you, there are lots of investment vehicles. So as you know, one is RRSP, which is the Registered Retirement Savings Plan. There is another plan provided by the Government of Canada, which is known as TFSA, which is Tax-Free Savings Account. This is an investment tool where you can grow your money as well as you can invest your money tax-free. There are pensions and annuities that you will be getting it from, let's say, your workplace, or probably you have started something. You can also start investing in stocks and bonds, that is the S&P 400 or NASDAQ or the Toronto Stock Exchange, and make money out of it. The other options that you have is your home equity. So of course, due to our current market scenario in GTA or in Toronto or in Ontario, the home equity is good. So you can take advantage of that home equity and use that money for your retirement as well. There are other options, which is your savings, which could be your personal savings, such as your checking account or your savings account, and also your CPP and old age security, which is again some sort of government pensions, which we will be discussing in the next few slides. The next one I'm going to talk about is the old age security. And what is old age security? So the next topics that we're going to discuss are the government benefit plans or the government type plans. So old age security, or OAS, which is commonly known as, it's Government of Canada's largest pension plan. And it is funded out of the general revenues of the Government of Canada. Monthly benefits are available to seniors age 65 and older. And of course, employment history is not a factor. So you can receive this benefit even if you have never worked, or even if you are still working after 65. Of course, there are clawbacks. And what is your clawback? Is your old age security benefits can be reduced depending on your income. So again, this is taxed. And of course, it could be reduced based on your current income. The next one we're going to talk about is the Canada Pension Plan, which you already know as CPP. CPP is something which your employer, if you're working, is always reduced or takes at a monthly basis from your paycheck. And this also comes out with other reductions, such as your EI and taxation. So Canada Pension Plan, as you know, how do we start? Before age of 65, if you begin, let's say you are supposed to start your CPP from the age of 65. And these are the CPP benefits that you will see an average amount. So in 2017, you could see the average amount was 685 and 11 cents a month. And the maximum that you could get on a monthly basis was 1,114 and 17 cents. While in 2020, you could see the amount has reduced. So that is 679 and 16 cents a month. and you could get a maximum of monthly is 1,175 and 83 cents. Now, Canada Pension Plan or CPP, when you can remove or when you can start using. As I told you, if you start at the age of 65, you will be getting these benefits. But let's say if you want to start before the age of 65, what happens is pension is reduced by 0.6% for each month you receive it before the age of 65. So that is an annual 7.2% a year. It's a reduction. But if let's say you want to delayed and you start taking after the age of 65, let's say for assuming at the age of 70. So that means you take pension late, your monthly payment amount will increase by 0.7% for each month after the age of 65. And that is 8.4% increase per year. This means an individual who starts at the age of 60 will receive 36% less than if they had taken at the age of 65. And if they wait till 70, it will be 42% increase if they had taken at the age of 65. So you can see the difference there, where 65 is your median and you can go either more, delay, or you can start early. The other thing that we want to discuss is guaranteed income supplement, which is GIS. So GIS provides a monthly non-taxable benefit to lower income old age security recipients. And what you get depends on your income or your family income or you and your spouse's income. Now, this is of course taxed, so your monthly benefits are available to seniors 65 years and older, and your maximum annual income eligibility is 17,544. So if you and your family income lies below 17,544, you are eligible for guaranteed income supplement. I'm going to discuss, and this is of course not good, because as you think about it, the Canada's worker to retiree ratio, now this has been reducing. So it's not a good sign. Why? Because with the number of retirees increasing, what might happen to these programs? I'm not sure that once I retire 25 years or 30 years down the line, whether I will be getting CPP and I will be getting old age security, because we don't know how the government is going to react, or will we have the money, or will we have the funding available. What am I expect to receive? I don't know, right? But I can definitely do calculations. And how you can do calculations? You can visit the governmentofcanada.ca website to calculate what your CPP and old age benefits will be. All you have to do is put in your year of birth, as well as which year you will be retiring, and your income as per your current scenario. Now, as you can see, there is a chart on the right hand side which says very few people will be there to support the retirees, and this number has been reducing. So if you can see, in 1971, there were 6 workers who were supporting 1 retiree. So that's a good number. But if you compare it to 2020, there are only now 4 workers which can support 1 retiree. And by 2035, that number is going to reduce to 2 workers with 1 retiree. So that means the retiree income or that fund will be less and it will be limited. So we have to make sure that our savings or our personal investments are strong, so we can make sure that we get the safe social security or financial security. Some of the information that I want to discuss, what RRSP is, or Registered Retirement Savings Plan. So it is a savings plan registered with the CRA, so Canada Revenue Agency. Contributions to RRSP are deductible to reduce an investor's tax burden. Any income earned in an RRSP is exempt for taxation as long as the funds remain in RRSP. So these are deferred tax plans where you are deferring tax, but once you start withdrawing it, you will be taxed, but at a very minimal amount. For example, I'm just going to give you an example. If a contributor tax rate is 40% and every $100 they invest in an RRSP, will save that person $40 in tax up to their contribution limit. So once you contribute and you file your taxes, Government of Canada or CRA will give you that money back. An investor must pay tax on any amount that he or she takes or withdraws from an RRSP. And as you know, generally withdrawals don't take place until retirement, when the investor tax rate is much lower. I'm going to discuss the wealth formula, and you should always keep this in mind, that what the wealth formula is. And this is a recipe to create your wealth. So that means to have money, you need to have money, right? So to create money, you need money. You need time, right? Because time is the essence here where if it's on your side, you can grow your wealth. You need a positive rate of return as compared to a negative rate of return, but you should also count these two negative impact, which is inflation, which will reduce your wealth, and also taxes. Now, as you know, in Canada, there are two things which are certain: death and taxes. So tax is something which you cannot avoid, and you have to pay tax at different levels of your income that you generate. You pay tax when you get an income from your employer. You pay tax when you need to buy something in terms of GST, HST. You also have to pay tax with any interest or any investment that you earn from a capital gain. And in the end, once you pass away, you have to pay estate tax in terms of estate transfer. So we can better understand taxes and potentially minimize its impacts on our future financial security. The types of RRSPs that I wanted to discuss with you today is, of course, as you know, individual RRSP is something which is set up by a single person who is both the account holder and the contributor. Spousal RRSP provides benefits for a single spouse and also a tax benefit for both spouses. And this is where once if a high earner spousal is a contributor, may contribute to the spousal RRSP in the same account and get tax refunds and benefits from that same account. Group RRSP is something which is set up by your employer, where it is funded and it is always deducted from your payroll. It is administered by an investment manager or an investment firm, and the contribution is always matched by the employer. And you will also have pooled RRSPs, where an option created for small business employees and employers as well as self-employed. So there are different types of RRSPs that you can start with and you can invest in to grow your wealth. The contribution and withdrawal path when it comes to, I'm just going to talk about the 2020 contribution limit is 18% of your earned income individual has reported in 2019 tax returns. So for example, let's say you earn $100,000 in the year 2020. That means you can invest up to 18% of it, that is $18,000. But there is also a maximum cap, which is 27,230, which is maximum that you can invest, and you will get all the benefits up to that. It is possible to contribute more, but the additional sums over 2,000 will hit penalties. So anything about $2,000, $27,000 will always hit penalties. RRSPs may be set up via financial institutions such as your banks or various financial institutions. RRSP contribution limit may be carried forward, and you can stop, you can start, you can contribute however you want to. And the contributions may come from payroll deductions or cash contributions, which may lead to tax rebate from the CRA. This is where my ends. If you have any questions, please do ask me. Please do connect with me, and I will be more than happy to answer your questions and assist you with all the financial need analysis that you may require. Here is my information, which you can see, my phone number as well as my email address, and you can also visit my website onto these families.